You're welcome to Real Talk. Good day, everybody. My name is Samuel Chubukim, and today I have a very special person with me. Please can you introduce yourself?
Okay. Hi guys. I'm Iwin Ligi Promise and I'm so glad to be here.
Okay, welcome and thank you very much for being here. She's one of the people, one of the team members, and I'm very glad that I'm having this topic with her because we've had like some time we've talked about it, and I feel like the need for us to bring it up here to like share with you guys so that we see what you guys think about the whole situation. So today we're going to be talking about our culture, heritage, our language, and how our generation see them now and the neglect is facing. So I'll just go straight to the point. My main point now is why people think that somebody that speaks fluent English is smarter and better than somebody that speaks Igbotic mother tongue wise English. Just like somebody that say one day away that kind of thing. Somebody that speaks Igbo, like kedu ka ị mere, that kind of thing. That the person is not smart, or the person is not as smart as somebody that speaks English, that speaks English like an American while living in Nigeria. So like this, like basically, and why I'm saying this now is because I've seen a lot of people show difference in relationship when it comes to somebody that speaks fluently. You see a girl, a lady. I don't know if I'm wrong. You can sha correct me. A lady prefers to like be friends with a guy that is fluent in English than a guy that speaks Igbo. I don't like that guy. Every time he's speaking Igbo. Why is he speaking Igbo? Why is he speaking Igbo? That's cringe. You get that? That's what's cringe about me speaking my language. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So like this is like a concern for me because I'm noticing that a lot of our generation people, they are like trashing the whole and even trying to now form in it. And someone that grew up in Akwebu is saying in it. Someone that grew up in Onitsha, born and brought up, is telling me wagwan. You walk too. So it's something that is becoming like steady. Even in our primary secondary school, you see where students are penalized for speaking their mother tongue instead of the correct English and the rest of them. And I think it's not good. So like I know you have a lot to say about this, so I want to allow you to express yourself and tell us like what you think about the whole growing effects on our generation.
Okay. For me personally,
Yeah.
let's just bring like an analogy. Okay, let's just take for instance, you are a guy. Yeah, you're a guy. So you see a girl that is speaking Queen's English. She's speaking with like an American accent.
Yeah.
And then you see a girl that is speaking Igbo, or let's say Yoruba. She's firing very well. She's very good with her native dialect. And the both of them approach you
Yes.
and they talk to you.
Where is this thing going?
And they talk to you.
Okay,
So
yeah.
once they start the conversation, like what comes to your mind when you see the person that is speaking the native dialect? Like what is the thing that first comes to your mind?
For her to be able to speak her native dialect, it shows that she's proud of her heritage. So it's
Samuel. This one, no, see, no bias. Like
okay. I'm going to be truthful.
now, like
In our-
present day,
okay,
like
yeah.
you see someone that just comes to you and speaking Igbo, and you see another person that is speaking like accent. What will you think?
Thank you very much for that wonderful question. Well, of course, you already know the answer. I think I will gravitate towards the side of the one that is speaking English.
Simple, and that's why every single person wants to like polish their English because I mean the world is evolving. As much as yes, we understand that yes, our cultural heritage, this is our mother tongue, and English is not really our lingua franca, so we don't necessarily have to. But with the way the world is going now, English is the main, in short, is the common language in the world. It's one of the common languages in the world. So if you say you are very fluent with your native dialect, kiniko, and your English, there's still some grammatical errors here and there.
Wow.
It doesn't, to me, I don't like it. So I feel like it makes sense for people to actually just learn those accents for like for people to see them, yes, for people to see them as intelligent. You know, it all adds up to, will I say, your portfolio. If I say I can speak like American accent or British accent, there's a way that people will see me. So I'm sure you grabbed it.
I get your point actually, and it's very, 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 very vital point actually, because the way the world is going now. But then, seeing that we are now losing the culture, the language is now, for you to even speak that language now, like our languages now, there is now this way, this negative.
Yeah. Like you're not
They will say you don't get aura.
Yes.
So that's what I'm like concerned about. I think that it will come to a point where nobody will
We'll finally
be proud, yes, of speaking Igbo again, or Yoruba, or Hausa, or Tiv, or their native language. You now find out that for you to even have access to those languages, it will become like something that they put in a museum. Maybe they just carry one guy that can speak Igbo and put in one museum. And I say, for you to hear this is the language, and I'll be taking our children's excursion.
Anyway.
And I hear somebody, a humble man this somewhere, and I say, okay, listen to him. This is what your parents were speaking. And I say, it's going to become like something like a cultural heritage that is almost forgotten, and the rest of them. And there are a lot of people that are now trying to like impute these things, and people are liking them. The likes of Eric, brother Elik, as he says, if you listen to his content, he speaks fluently, but because of that's Igbo this thing that
Yes,
he puts in
accent.
it, we don't do that here, and the rest of them.
Yes.
You find out that people are gravitating towards his. He made the accents lovable, so we can also do that instead of now like discarding the whole and taking it. Okay, take for instance again. What about children that like their school they don't permit, like they call Igbo vulgar language now in some schools,
Yes.
and then they penalize them. And then the parents that they are living with can't even speak Igbo English well. So you see that they come home to meet parents that can't speak English so well, and they are living in wrong English era. You just see the mother came here, see so.
Yeah.
You see somebody, they were telling 2 pieces of engine oil. What's 2 pieces of engine oil? And you see people trying to something you can just speak your language. Like for me, I say this every time. I can move from pidgin to broken to pidgin to English to Igbo at any time and point in my life. And then you notice that because I was comfortable with speaking Igbo at home with my parents, and then I also went to school, I got friends, I was comfortable speaking English. I was never coerced. Like in my school, we never paid a fine. During my primary school days, we never paid a fine for speaking Igbo or pidgin.
Wow.
Because I went to Command Children's School. Shout out to the military school then. So you understand that these children, their fathers are soldiers. You won't beat them. When Hausa man will come, Yoruba man will come, and the rest of them. You notice that people got comfortable with their language and then learned English. And you now see that majority of people that comfortably learn a language and live in it, they are fluent, they are good, they are okay with it. And then it doesn't really affect your intelligence.
Yeah.
Because whichever means this person comes through,
you can relate.
There are other places that you can also go to, and the elderly sees it as insult to reply them in English. For example, in the marketplace, I'm a salesperson. Somebody is trying to, engage you in business and he's telling you, how much is this in Igbo? Ego ne? I'm telling you, it's 100,000, it's 1 million. And this person is richer than your ancestors. And he's speaking Igbo to you. And you're like, my dear, I don't even, and the rest of them. So you see that even that helps you navigate life better. That sometimes you gain favor for speaking Hausa to an Hausa man.
Yes.
Kajipo, like that. The guy is now like seeing you as, you see, these are the things that bring our hearts together. Your language is more than just sounds and the rest of them.
Yes.
And so, like, that's my own, take.
On it.
How about people now that don't even want to even associate themselves with anything that's cultural. For example, dancing in your in church that's singing, hey, wait. You see somebody doing leg work. Why doing leg work? What's leg work? What do you have to say about that? Okay, what do you have to say about
But
that
come
part?
to think of it,
Yes.
we already know that the our culture is slowly like going.
Going, yes.
So we trying to bring it back is going to be very intentional. Like it has to be a deliberate effort, because if you say somebody's, let's say in church now, they are singing Igbo song or they are singing any native song and the person is dancing Lego, that's the song, the dance step that is raining. Come on.
What's the point now?
So you're the person is literally dancing what the person knows or remembers to dance. Who will remember to dance all these native dance? So I think that in this matter, it is an advantage if you can actually speak your native dialect and also speak English or have all the accents. But when you now feel like, let's say you see it shameful to speak your own dialect, I think that part is wrong, because
Yeah.
you are losing your identity. You are now carrying an identity that is false, because the accent is not your own. The accent is not yours. So that's
I've also seen a lot of people that try to form the accent and they fumble hard and it's funny. Oh my god. You see somebody that's speaking wrong English with American accent and he's come on. There are people that can't even engage in a meaningful conversation again because they are trying so hard to engage in the conversation with an American accent. And you know that is not a form, it's not naturally given to them. So you see them struggling in the conversation. They are trying to get the and the is and the this and the that correctly in the conversation. And it's a struggle every moment in time.
yeah.
Like what can we do as individuals to like get comfortable with, okay, let's major on the language part to get comfortable in our skin, in our language. How can we, what are the steps that we can take now? Because as you said, we can't like go back. We have to be intentional. Like, what do you think like can be done about this thing?
Yeah, I think for me, I think it starts with the parents, because it is the language you guys speak at home, your parents speak at home, that you know how to speak. Like for me at home, my parents, they spoke our native language, but I don't know, but for some reasons it was not all the time. It was occasionally. So I didn't get used to speaking it. So I understand it, but I can't really speak it like that. So maybe if my parents were speaking it every single time at home, I would have gotten used to the language.
Yeah, so like so you guys as are giving birth, like it hurts me to see Nigerians in diaspora speak our local dialect more than us. You see the likes of all these white like mixed Nigerians in the UK, they're speaking Igbo, Kedu, they're fumbling it, but they're trying to like speak the language. But we are here and then we are like, what's going on? They're leaving their in it to speak. Do you understand me? Because this okay, there was a video I watched about some guys, like these are Nigerians in diaspora. So he's a host. And then he was questioning the guy, and the guy spoke the way he replied, his mother tongue. It's just like when you know this arrow and L factor now, carry the load and cross the main load, all those kind of things. I think the mother tongue interfered, and the guy was like, people can one name okay, and two of them laughed and were like, Konya Becky. The person says, I'm from Anambra, they not laugh, they not you go one name, they not hug each other, and that was like, because probably one of them like would have never have thought that this guy is from Nigeria and he's from Anambra, and they could even be cousins.
True.
But when everybody is speaking, I swear to God, you see people trying so hard, even in Nigeria, you are seeing people trying so hard to speak a language that is not yours. Now, calm down. Sometimes people find it even difficult to do business with you because they feel like you're not genuine. Yeah, you're pretending.
There's just this trust when you see someone speaking the same thing with you, like we are flowing. Or even with pidgin. So let's say you're speaking pidgin and another person speaking English.
Now why they don't cheat una for market?
Actually.
You go to a market, you want to buy something. Please, how much is this? How much is this? Is it not 1,000? You're pricing with accent.
Right.
Something that they told you 10K, you're pricing it 1,000. It's not 2,000. Please let me give it 3,000 last. Or you're 3,000, 3,500. Just say I beg now, no get money. Let's do it 2K. Use those,
Yeah.
relate to people. This is something that I tell people. Learn to read the room. You enter a taxi, and then you're telling cabman, this place is, let's just say for example, Coca. This is Coca. Coca. I'm going to Coca. A man that's never been into any form of university, school or nothing. You're telling the man Coca. He will not carry you to Onitsha from there, and you blame him. But these are, read the room when you're trying
Yeah,
to
I think that's very vital. Like, look at your environment before you come in to speak or you want to carry your accent anywhere. Just look at the environment. If the person's there, you know that these people can relate more with you when you speak pidgin or you speak your native language, then why? Speak your native language. But if you go to a space, let's say you are going for an interview, personally, I would recommend that you speak
well.
accents because
That's where it's needed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's very true. That's very true. That's very true. Also about opportunities now. I think opportunities that we see nowadays are mostly opportunities that demand us to look and talk in some certain kind of way. Can that also be like looked into? Can it also be like looked into?
yes, that's true because even in Nigeria, you see some opportunities you have to dress English
Wow.
and low key.
Wow.
We are losing our even our outfits, like
Yeah.
our native attire. You hardly see any workspace that you have to come with your
Ankara and dress up, yeah.
Ankara. In short, it's only on Fridays. As at that time in school, it's only on Fridays that your teachers are allowed to wear native wear to school. So I think that's a problem. Because come to think of it now, like we are trying to like westernize, we're low-key
Like-
colonizing ourselves again. Do you get?
And people are selling out these cultural and native attires abroad actually.
Yeah.
And you see people open stores that sell them and people are like,
But then I think we have like modernized Ankara because I've seen some Ankara that actually lit. They are almost like this Western clothes,
Yeah.
like your polo, and they are very, very sharp. I'm come to think of it, when we say native attire, there's this perception we have that is like too rapper for work. That one cannot work.
yes.
But when we bring in, like we refurbish it in the sense that they are modern Ankara that you can actually wear to work that looks nice. I think that can work.
Speaking of this, like this guy that I'm working with, like Kwanko, this is like another of the brand shirts. When he was talking about the reason why he started off with this is written Undiichie, you get. So this is like a concept where that our younger generation, we need something like these teas and stuff like that. So he said, why not incorporate the culture into the teas? So there's one that is written Kwanko, there's one that is written Undiichie. So when somebody sees me on this polo now, the person is already like reads it and like, okay, this guy is Igbo.
Yeah.
Then he sees the the art
Yes.
on it, and you're like, okay, you're bringing out the culture. Don't throw it away, refurbish it.
Yes.
Like you can
That's
modernize, bring evolution to your culture. It's the same thing about these white people. The way they dressed before, they were on coats, caps, and the rest of them.
Yeah.
Which time they said, double-breasted, tuxedo, gowns, skirt and blouse, and the rest of them. They did not now.
I think we're not doing that much work of evolving, even in our own native way. That's true.
So we copy everything. It's not bad to copy, actually. But, okay, say for instance, the Yoruba culture, you prostrate when you see an elder. I've seen like a video where boys are playing football on the street and then they suddenly see an elderly woman passing and they stop the ball. Like they stop
Wow.
And some of them there were even prostrating, greeting.
Wow.
Do you understand? Like these things are what you should learn and emulate.
Yes.
In America, when you greet somebody, you look them in the eye, you shake them, you look them in the eye. It shows confidence and the rest of it.
Yes.
But our
Fine,
culture,
yeah.
you don't have to look at your elder in the eye.
Why? Oh, no problem.
This guy get minded. They look me for eye.
So when you go to an environment and you see some persons, persons that are there, you think that these persons can flow more with English or with a good accent or with a native dialect. Just flow with the environment. I think that reading the environment is very, very, very vital.
All right, so guys, with that, we've come to the end of this session of Real Talk. So if you have, another perspective, a better way, to manage these things, you can tell us in the comment section. I'll do well to look into it and also find a way to discuss it better. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome to Real Talk.